Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another video. If you couldn't tell by today's title, I'm going to be sharing my newborn must-haves, the things that the first 3 or 4 months is like key to surviving for me especially. There was things that I bought that I regret, but there were also many things that I purchased, and I'm so happy that I had those things during those crucial first couple of months. So before I jump in, if you guys are interested in any of these things, I'm gonna have everything linked down below that I got, and if there's something you're interested in, you can just click the link down below and purchase them for yourself. So one of the number one key things is a sound machine, and I'm so happy I purchased it, but I actually purchased this one right in the beginning. But the thing is, this one needs batteries, and it was kind of a hassle because I would leave it on obviously for the night, and then during the day if we go out, whatever, this was always on, and I had to change out the batteries like every 2 weeks, so it was kind of annoying. And recently I actually just purchased another one, and I've been loving this one so much, and it's obviously chargeable, and it just works out so much better. And now I feel like this is the perfect combination. This one I use for at night because it can stay in the wall plug, it will never run out. This one I put batteries in, and I just use this on the go, portable. I just put it to her little car seat, and I guess it works both ways. So if you guys are interested in only purchasing one, I highly recommend this one. But if you guys wanted two and you want something on the go, then you could just purchase both of these. But this one just works so much better for us. You don't need to replace anything, you just charge it. So I wish I got this from the very beginning, but it is what it is, and now I just have 2 little ones. This is key for the very beginning, especially if your child is more cranky, doesn't sleep well, doesn't do well with noises. Especially, I know the first kid, I heard, like, since it's always quiet in the house, it's just you and nobody else. The first kid, it's harder for them to adjust to sleeping in a really quiet room, because for Ariella specifically, she would hear like a car pass by or something and it would like wake her up, and so a sound machine worked perfectly, just shut out all the noises. The second thing, let's talk about babies and constipation, because that's a real thing. So somebody recommended these to me. They're the FRIDA baby WINDIs. Ariella had a horrible time in the very beginning. I don't know if it was like the formula, if it was something I ate from my milk, I don't know, but she was just having such a rough time going to the bathroom. And so I was like, what can I do? Somebody told me about these, and I was like, you know what, let me give them a try. And they're just super satisfying. I don't know, like when your child finally goes to the bathroom, it's like you need to celebrate. You will never understand that until you have your own child and they don't go to the bathroom for several days, and then they finally do, and you're just like, God bless. Another thing is a snot sucker. A lot of people have mixed reviews about this because they're like, how am I gonna suck snot out of my child's nose? Like, I don't know, some people just prefer to have the little squeezy ones that you can also use to help them use the bathroom. But I don't know, this one works so much better, I feel like, because this hole is like a little bit bigger instead of those squeezable ones. It basically covers every part of their little hole in the nose, and it'll just take off any snot or whatever is stuck in there, instead of having to try the other thing. And I don't know, it just does not work as well. But also, if you're scared about sanitation, they have this little fuzzy thing that comes with it, and nothing will actually transfer into your mouth whenever you are trying to get the snot out. And I know it sounds really weird, but this has saved me a lot, especially whenever she would have runny noses or was sick. Like, I was so thankful for this. So if you're not grossed out by it, this is also called the nose FRIDA. Highly recommend as well. Another thing that was really crucial the first several months are some swaddles. And I was not a traditional swaddler. Something about a first-time mom, I didn't know what I was doing. They knew what they were doing at the hospital. I came home and I was like, how do I wrap this baby? So I didn't even want to hassle, especially in the middle of the night whenever I would change her and then have to put her back to sleep, trying to get that swaddle on her. So I was like, you know what, I need something simple, zip up, something I don't even have to think about. So I ended up purchasing this, and it was the most amazing thing. Like, if you could take anything out of this video, it would be one of these swaddles, especially if they're just struggling to sleep and always have their hands in their face, which was Ariella. But she didn't like to sleep with her hands all the way down, especially in the beginning. I was like, what can I do? Found these, and it's perfect because she just loved to sleep like this. And yeah, I love it. And I used it up to like 3-4 months probably. Whenever they start rolling over is when you can start transferring them out of this. But yeah, this is like a bigger size actually. In the very beginning, I actually used this one, and it's like a smaller size. So it's literally so amazing. It zips up, so easy to use. You don't even have to think about it. You don't have to think about where to swaddle and how to swaddle, because I still don't know how to 100% swaddle correctly. And I'm like, you know what? Instead of dealing with all these random cloths and washing all of them, I'm just gonna have 2 of these, and that's all I'm gonna use. And then another swaddle that I bought for her, it was a set of 3. And I also started putting her hands down, and she started getting a little bit more comfortable with it. So it's the same thing, but it's Velcro. And you just go like this, and then you take these and like put it here, and they're just kind of like super snug. And so I started this after she started growing out of these. I put her in that, and both of them she absolutely loved. A lot of people say, oh, my baby doesn't like to sleep with their hands down or hands up. You can try whatever way for you, and she honestly liked both. So I kind of used the zip up ones during the day, and then at night I would snuggle her very tightly in the Velcro one. So whichever one sounds better for you, or you can get both and try them out, highly recommend. Another thing was her little bathtub. I love this thing so much. At the very beginning, I put a huge like bath cloth for her, but now I just put it in the tub like that, and soon enough she's gonna be already sitting on her own in the bathtub, and so I'm probably not gonna even use this anymore. But yeah, it's actually amazing, and she lays so comfortably in there. Another thing is a diaper pail. This thing is so key. I cannot emphasize it enough. Like, whenever it's time to take it out, I have to hold my breath because it just smells so bad, and I'm like, I cannot imagine smelling this on a regular day basis, like in your regular trash can. It's just the most amazing thing. It blocks out all the smell until it's time to take it out. And if I would recommend one thing, I got the mini. I would probably get the full size, because I feel like I have to empty it out pretty frequently. But I feel like if I got the bigger one, I would be able to keep it in longer enough and have a bigger bag instead of emptying it out pretty frequently. But lately, it's only if she goes number 2 that I use that one, and if she just like pees through a little bit, I just put it in my regular trash can, because obviously it doesn't smell up the house, and then this thing can last me a little bit longer. All right, last couple of things is a humidifier. This is literally such a simple one. It's not one of those fancier ones. It's just like from Walmart. But I just put water in here, and it has like a, oh, it's not plugged in right now. It has like different colors of lights. Basically the whole time that she was in our room, now she's transferred to the other room, I use the color red, and it's just like the perfect peaceful color at night. It's not too bright, it's not too overstimulating, and it was just enough color to help me through the night when I would wake up and need to change her, and I didn't need to turn on any super bright lights. And it also gives out obviously vapor so that the air wouldn't be as dry, especially in the very beginning. They can get pretty stuffy, and so I feel like that helped the room be a little bit more airy. Girlfriend decided to join the video. So the next thing is the MAAM bottle and the MAAM PACI, which comes with it. Every time you order a bottle, PACI is always inside, and it's the most, sorry, I'm out of breath. I just had to go up and down the stairs. So the pacifier is literally the most perfect size for their little mouths, and she still uses it, and she's almost 8 months, and the actual nipple of the bottle is perfect, and it's not, she would not take the Dr. Brown bottles that everybody else uses. It was just not comfortable for her mouth, and she would just not latch on as well. But this one is like flat, and it's just the most perfect bottle for her, and she absolutely loves it. And lastly, I'm just going to name off a couple other things that I didn't bring in here with me. One thing is my monitor, and I know there's so many monitors out there these days, but the thing that I love most about this one is that it's not on Wi-Fi, and I can't check through my phone. It's just the specific screen that I can take with me wherever I go, because right now I know that a lot of people can check over their phone what their kids are doing, but I don't know, I don't feel as safe knowing that it's through Wi-Fi and I'm watching, and who knows, somebody else could be watching, and I just feel a little bit more comfortable knowing that only I can see her. And call me old-fashioned, but I'd rather have that than knowing that somebody can hack through my phone or something like that. And another thing is my big swing. I absolutely love it. I've seen a lot of people purchase the Mamaroo because I guess it's more in style, and I don't know, I guess a cuter color, more neutral. But the swing I have, it is a little bit more bulky and the legs stand out, but I absolutely love it. I love the features that come with it. I love that it can go vertical or horizontal. It's absolutely amazing. I take convenience over style any day because that swing has saved me so much. Whenever I don't have time to feed her, I just give her a bottle and let her lay in there while I cook or whatever. And the last thing is a bouncer, and I recently just had to take it away because she's starting to sit up and she's like moving around everywhere, and that bouncer, she's not laying in it. I love how durable it is. I love that I can take it anywhere. If we're traveling, it comes with a bag. So now a couple things that I regret buying was, one, the boppy pillow, which was for breastfeeding. I don't know, I never really used it. I feel like it was way too bulky for me, and I would rather have used a regular pillow instead of spending, what, I think it was like 40 bucks for that. And I also didn't breastfeed for long, maybe only like 3 months before she stopped breastfeeding, but I just never really used that pillow. It was just too much of a hassle. Another couple things I regret buying was slings. Literally never used the Wild Bird sling, and maybe use the Solly Baby like once or twice. Maybe I just never learned how to properly wrap it, even though I watched the video like over 10 times. And with different babies, they will have different preferences. So do what works for your baby, but especially I think I spent like $50 something on one of them and then like $60 on the other one because they're like the more famous brands. And I just regret buying something super expensive. If my baby would want to be in a sling, I would buy something like at Target for $20-$25 instead of something super expensive, which I never use. So I actually ended up selling those already, and that's why I don't have them anymore. Then the last thing, which is probably a huge controversy, but it's my little Moses basket bassinet. Totally regret buying that because I literally used it for 3 or 4 months and she was already getting way too long for it, and I'm like, okay, I spent over $200 something for it and I only get to use it for 3 months. I feel like since she was gonna end up in a crib anyways, I should have just started out with a crib. I don't know, you see the Moses basket and it's cute, but for actual convenient purposes, it wasn't the best because you always had to rock it by hand. I know now you can buy one that rocks itself and it helps you, especially in the middle of the night. And then also the fact that she grew out of it super fast, it was just not worth the money for me. I already sold that as well. And I think for the next time around, I probably will not be buying another one of those and put the baby straight in the crib. So those were all the things that I loved and the things that I also regretted buying. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and kind of got more information on the things you wanted to buy or things you were debating on if you should buy or not. But yeah, this is just my opinion, my input. People have their different views on everything, and maybe some things that I didn't like worked for some people, some things I did like didn't work for some people. So just take this video with a grain of salt and use it for yourself and your baby. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say for today. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in my next video.